Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and whatever else is watching. My name is Nick and we are playing once more Dragon Quest Builders for the Nintendo Switch. In the previous episode we arrived in, we've already played some bit in Terra Incognita after completing the last chapter, and we built this castle and we started to fill in the chambers. We didn't do all of them, but before I actually go and work on those chambers, I've actually decided on what I wanted to display in the museum. First, I want to display the Cantlin shield, because that is how the weapon I had to use against the golem to fight, to defend Cantlin. Next up, I want to add the ballista. That's the weapon I used against the Hades Condor to defend Remolder. And of course, my Bashmobile. I'll build a new one, because that is the one I used against, both the Dragon Lord. I gave him the finishing blow with that one, and against the hostile merger of the Magmalice and the Fern Fiend. This thing is not as brandish, but I thought, okay, I do like this set of armor. I like the magic armor set, how it looks. It's not really practical, but hey, especially not if you have the Auroral armor and the hero legendary regalia in its entirety. So yeah, this will be my museum of accomplishments. And of course a picture of Barbella, of what looks like Barbella. Okay, let's continue on with filling in the the rooms, because I have several empty rooms still to do. Let's start with this one, shall we? Ooh, what room could this be? Well, it requires a fireplace. And let's see. Yeah, it requires that. It requires a fireplace. I'm gonna put it over here. It requires 4 plant pots, which I am going to put like this. Yeah, over here. Which requires 2 plants, or 2 flowers, I mean. And 2 plants. Let's put this one over here. And then as the finishing touch, it requires 1 bench, but considering what kind of room this is gonna be, anything else but a comfy couch will not do. Am I doing something wrong? I have 2 flowers. Is one of you not a plant? Please tell me one of you is a plant. Where I'm gonna put this? I'm gonna put this over here. So is it? Yes, this is going to work. So the thing that I did wrong. A comfy couch is not considered a bench. Which is weird for me. Because in my notes I wrote down a comfy couch. Comfy couch can also be considered a bench. And I do think I used the comfy couch in one of my other playthroughs once to build a chill out room when I was testing it, and it did work, although that was on the PlayStation 4 though. You can build this in, I think it was in Candelabrum. Yeah, you can build that in that chapter. Or maybe I added the comfy couch as additional decoration. But at least the bench was the problem and not the, or the comfy couch was the problem and not the plant as I initially thought. But okay, chill out room requires one bench. Oh yeah, it doesn't put it between brackets, so yeah, you actually have to use a bench. 4 plant pots, 2 plants, any plants, 2 flowers, any flowers, and a fireplace. But to be honest, as a chill out room, you want to have a bit of a, well, something to work with. So I put in this extravagant table with a board game that you can actually play on it. So now it kind of looks like a living room with the couch and everything. So maybe I'm gonna put the bench somewhere in the corner, and I was planning to put in another couch on this side. And then probably can put in the bench somewhere else. Oh well. Well, it's figured out at last why it went wrong. Now we have a chill out room. And I can put the rest away. Next up we have... How often have I said I cannot dig up a chest? We get this thing. And the chest is required in this case. And as you can see, it is a brick barbecue we have here. So yeah, we have another kitchen. And this time I am going to make a comprehensive kitchen. And let's see, let's put this one over here. It requires also 4 chic chairs on each side, 1 decorative food at least. And I realize I am walking over the entire table with my dirt shoes. A stove. Let's add that here then. Really, a stove? I'm wondering, is this something to use to keep yourself warm or whatever? It also requires a chest. And this should make a comprehensive kitchen. Comprehensive kitchen. 1 brick barbecue, 1 chest, 1 stove, 1 round table, 4 chairs of any kind. And a decorative food. I think you are capable of building this in Candelabrum. If not... No, you couldn't get a stove in Candelabrum. But could you get the round table in Remolda? I know you have a stove in there. I don't think we had a round table in Remolda because I needed to build that one on the stonemason's workstation. Oh well. We had the flowery foodery in Remolda, so... Yeah, and for additional decoration I thought, okay... At least have a little bit of a decent table where everyone actually has a plate to eat on, and then Yeah, you know what? Whoops! Let's put this back. Oh, crockery also actually can be used as decorative food. That's interesting. Then maybe I'll be... what do I have in tables? Well, I have 4 small tables. I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, I do want to add this. So, I think I'm gonna place this like this. Looks a little bit better, if you ask me. And I can also store this like this. Okay, but this is then a comprehensive kitchen. Pretty much that you can build in a house. Next up, let's see. This chamber. You already saw this once. I don't think I'm gonna need the chest. I'm going to need something else. Let me see. We put in 2 beds, which probably, as you could have guessed, well, this turns it into a fancy room. We put in our resident sign. We put in 2 chairs, a table, and I think I can add a, well, 1 flower in this corner. I only need the flower. And now, like the bathtub, that is one thing that these towers give me. I can make a secluded bathroom over here for a little bit. Because this actually counts as a room, and I create a ensuite shared room that I can assign anyone to. I just don't know who I'm gonna assign it to. The other person, 1 more flower over here. And another flower. Where am I gonna put this? Well, put it in this corner. It smells good then. Okay. And that is our shared room. And you know what? Let's sleep in it, because it is getting night. The next room. You know what? Let's do this one first. Yep. I can't use a shovel on a chest. You probably can guess what room this will be. I'll put it like this. Let's have that. Have our 3 flowers again. A resident sign. Nah, put the resident sign over here. And then I don't know what I'm gonna put this, a chic chair, and this turns it into a princess's bedroom. Unlike the ensuite shared room, I have no idea what to use for this just yet. I'm gonna fill in this corner for something, but I don't know what. Maybe I put in a stuffed animals or something. But this is our princess's bedchamber, because with a castle, the child, in this case princess, and the king and queen can be, well, housed here. And with the comprehensive kitchen and a chill out room which functions as a living room, you kind of have a entire house situation in this case. And then the rest, oh yeah, the bathroom also, you have that one. And the additional rooms are just for guests and, well, whatever else there is going to be going on. Next up, the next room. Yes, is going to be this room. It requires one bench. And I also wanted to put in... This is not necessary because I already have the Candelabrum here, so there is already. But I thought at least this just looks great. For the rest, I need 10 flowers just randomly strewn everywhere, and 5 plants, which I can now see I'm pretty much putting those in pattern. Now over here one more. You know what, this is tingleweed. Let's not keep this too far at the front because you get paralyzed. Yes, that still works. And I wasn't wearing my Catholicon ring. Okay, turns it into a flower garden. But I was not planning to turn it into a flower garden. I was actually planning to turn this into a... Well... No. Let's put one over there as well. Something in that corner, and then one final plant here. And that becomes a botanical garden. The garden special for the castle. It has some fences. Also something I included was to make sure that you cannot jump up here without Talaria. Although you probably can use these buttresses though. Yeah, you can use the buttress. But it's the thought that counts. A little bit of secluded garden here. Also, it has some trees, but at least it's a garden room. That's a thing that matters to me. Nice botanical garden, and you can get paralyzed if you step on the wrong position. On the wrong tile. And then we only have one room left. And that is the seat of power of our new kingdom. We are going to build the throne room. Although I'm still wondering if I should move it one further to the front, although... let's see. Because I'm gonna put in... something similar to what we also built in Tantagel. I actually really liked how that one looked. So I'm not gonna mess with the concept a little bit. And this turns it into a throne room. Although I noticed that I hung up the banners a little bit higher. And maybe that's not a bad thing. Now they are at least in line with the windows that I have over here. And the bold banners are still with their tips inside the room, so that is all that matters. Yeah, and this is then my throne room. Although I'm probably... oh well, this is sufficient. And with that, I think we have all rooms now. There is our shared room, this is our fountain foyer that I still also need to decorate. We have a bathroom, we have our diviner's den, we have our treasure house, we have our illumination station, we have our holy hostel, we have a chill out room, we have a comprehensive kitchen, the princess's bedroom, and we have a botanical garden. Then there is one more thing that I kinda mentioned 2 episodes ago, but never really showed it off. Let's see, I do have the blocks here somewhere. Yes, over here. These are silver vein blocks. If you use the builder's hammer, the hammer of the builder, you can collect those silver vein blocks. Because as you can see, they turn into blocks. They don't turn into ore. And you cannot use them to actually build stuff. You cannot use it for anything. So if you actually want to have the ore, which for iron is gonna be a lot, because all these blocks, all these castle blocks require iron ingots, you actually need another hammer that can break them and turn them into ore pieces. And that's it. So yeah, you will always have to have a hammer that is going to break if you want to collect ore, because unlike Dragon Quest Builders 2, you don't get an infinite amount of silver, you don't get an infinite amount of coal, you don't get an infinite amount of copper, you don't get an infinite amount of gold, and you definitely not gonna get an infinite amount of iron, which is so much desired for all these blocks. All the castle blocks require iron ingots. So much iron and so much rock. Oh boy. I know I repeated it from the last time, but it is worth mentioning. With that, we have now completed our castle. But I have not completed the... well, we also have finished the town. Well, maybe for decoration purposes or things that I am going to add stuff. Not roofs though, don't expect me to put in roofs. I'm not gonna put in roofs for that. That's one thing I'm certain of. However, I do think that we have now all the rooms that we want to have in this town. All the rooms that I want to have in the castle. Well, maybe I'll change the holy hostel not to a hostel, but because I already have... that would be the 4th? Yeah, I have a barbecue bistro and I have a bodybuilder's boudoir. I have a comprehensive kitchen and I have then the holy hostel. That's 4 kitchens that my NPCs can make food in. Yeah, no, they are not gonna do anything with that. Maybe I turn it in a non-specified room that will be used to worship the goddess Rubis or something. Kind of a chapel. Could also be that I'm gonna do that. And it's just kind of an empty room. But hey, who knows? I might do that. All in all, I thank you all for watching. But there are still some plans and still some rooms to be made. And still some things to show off. And for that, I hope to see you again next time. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed the Let's Play. Leave a like behind if you do. Leave a dislike behind if you don't. Also, if you leave a dislike, please tell me what you didn't like, because I could use constructive criticism to improve my videos. I thank you all for watching. Until next time. Bye!